Good time zone, everyone. Welcome. We're going to go for a best of one Theros Beyond Death draft today. We've been having pretty good success in the format, not just utterly dominating, but solid returns so far. We're going to go for 7 wins, of course, is the goal, but you know, we'll see where we end up with after the draft. Maybe run a par poll, see what people think of our chances. I know what your chances of getting what you want for your physical Magic game are if you go to cardkingdom.com, though. They're very high, insanely high. Like, it's rare when they don't have what you're looking for. And when those cases come up, you know they're out there trying to buy it for you to sell to you later. Card Kingdom, they're my sponsor. I talk about them every morning. It's my morning. Every time zone I talk about them. They are my local brick and mortar store. They are my favorite online store. They are really a business partner in both this sponsorship, but also in my secondary market presence. I've got another sell order that I need to take down to Card Kingdom because if I get out of the card selling game, it's going to be because of Card Kingdom. Their buy prices are so good that it makes it quite difficult to actually find a good margin on a lot of the cards I buy, because by the time I get done paying all the stuff in between, I would have been better off just selling to Card Kingdom. So I really just do. I sell a lot of my inventory to Card Kingdom because it's actually more profitable for me as a retailer. So imagine what it would be for you as someone looking to turn some cards into cash. Anyway, check that out and do it from the panel down below. The Card Kingdom ad panel in my panels down below is an affiliate link that lets them know that you came there from here. Spirit token for Buckeye. Glad you ordered from Card Kingdom, and thank you for that sub, Resonator. Appreciate it. Raptor asks if I speculate on cards at all. Sometimes, but it's hard to. You need to really have a good feel on a high return, or you need to be looking very long term. The trouble with speculating, I'm going to buy this card for $1 because I think it's going to be worth $5. I mean, if you go, that seems like great. You've got 5x value, but actually then turning around and selling that card that you bought for $1 for full retail at $5, that's the part that people don't factor. It's like, you can make these gains on paper by speculating, but unless you have a way to turn around and flip them quickly and profitably, what are you even speculating on, right? So, what is the hype train incoming banner? What? I don't know what you're talking about. But I got a going optimal lunchbox when our friend Scott, who was numbers letters dude and is now what's your name now, Scott? I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Oh, level 2 hype train. I've got some kind of hype train. Yes, I don't know what to do with that. We're apparently on a hype train, folks, and I don't even know where we're headed. Hype land, I guess. Open them as you go, Phil. There's some philosophies out there around hoarding packs to totally optimize the duplicate protection stuff, especially in the context of opening some of the free stuff. But boy, that's a lot of work. I don't know. I think if you like Magic, if you like Constructed, you should probably just open your packs and enjoy the contents. But you can find some deep account management stuff for Constructed players that I don't get into here because I just don't do it here. So I'm not really an expert on it the way I am with managing a limited approach to Arena. Holly is locked in from Mama. And is Tron, yeah, is Tron in the house? Okay, so Tron picks the lands today. Yeah, how do I make the hype train not mess with, like, I don't even want to see it. Oh well. All right, Jikerman gets the deck box, but I'm behind on behind on my other my lands, so Tron gets the lands today. Boxed in Redemption Link to replace Dr. Seuss. Where's Dr. Seuss? All right, thanks, Card Kingdom. Boy, this pitch went off the rails. Let's get to drafting. Our rare is Thassa's Intervention. Basically, a build your own. What's that card from Fate? You know, the Delve. Oh yeah, let me get out of your way. Sorry, scene. Chat's always got my back. Thassa's Intervention is our rare. Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Thank you, Moxie. Yeah, Dig Through Time is what I was looking for. Kind of a build your own Dig Through Time or counterspell. That seems pretty strong. Playable gems for sure. Heliod's Pilgrim is a nice 2-for-1. Not just 2-for-1, but really tutor. You know, it's because the two, yes, it's a 2-for-1, but the 1-for-2 isn't that a big deal. It's going and fetching your best aura that matters. I really like Fateful End, of course, but we're going to start on the rare. We got playable gems, so we're going to start on playable gems over Mire's Grasp. I think this is probably second pick, third pick. Up in the uncommons, we have a Storyteller. The rare's missing, so that's all gone. But we have a Staggering Insight. It matches our first pick. It's probably the best card here. Yeah, by a lot, actually. So we're going to take this and see if we end up playing it. I would have taken that almost with anything, pack one, but it was nice that it matches our rare. Now we have another one, and I think we should take it and kind of just move in on this. I never heard of ya. A rap burglar. Double Insight and Thassa's to kick off the draft, and I think we have a direction. I mean, we could get knocked off of this, but I'm going to start on Double Insight and see if we can't stick to it. Yeah, I'm not, well, Thirst for Meaning is good, but I think we should get a creature here. Sunmane Pegasus is fine, although maybe we just get a Thirst. These are both fairly replaceable. And this will help dig us to that. Yeah, Dream Trawler pack 2, right? I'll pull this one. Do you think we need our first creature or a Thirst here? I think it's Pegasus. I'll call it Pegasus or Thirst. I think I spelled Pegasus right. We'll find out. Definitely over Pegasus over the Seaguard. Seaguard's just not doing much. And I don't see anything else really competing for staying on color. $15 on the Pegasus. Okay. Yeah, we do definitely want flyers for these insights, but ideally we find cheaper ones. Eutropia, the twice favored. Well, we're going to take her and see about a possible splash. I like that over like a familiar or like dipping into black at this point. Cardboard Live is up. How's it working for people? Let me try a restart, just in case often does the trick. Well, the opportunity cost for taking Eutropia on the possible splash is just a Nyxborn Courser, so I think it's a pretty clean Eutropia here. No, it should work in draft. There's definitely, should definitely pop up the cards in draft. But maybe it's just not working right now. Let me try to reload here. Is it working for anybody? That's the usual sign. Like, is it working for anybody? Yeah, we can also be splashing the Staggerings. And really with Return to Nature here, It's probably where we're at. I'm not going to take Wings or Mirror Shield in this spot. Although Mirror Shield with all the auras we've got going on also wouldn't be the worst, but yeah, and that's where Jaikerman's at. I mean, I don't hate it, but I also, it's a lot of eggs, and some, you know, we're so heavy on, we got 2 creatures right now, and I'm going to take Return to Nature, bottom line, though. Like, Mirror Shield, yeah, I'm going to get behind it and play it at some point, but I don't think yet is where we're at. Well, now we're being pushed back towards green here. So I'm going to Chain Web here over Chimera. Very close. I think these are pretty close. I'm going to go with the uncommon. Sentinel's Eyes or a Warden's. I'm going to go with the Wardens, actually. I would play a couple of these. And, well, I don't know. Wardens has been up and down. It looks like we're going to be flying ourselves. I'm less interested in Wardens, actually, given that we have a Chain Web already and we're going to be flying ourselves. So maybe we take Sentinel's Eyes here. I don't want to overdo the enchantments either. And with green, there's other escape stuff I'd rather be doing. I haven't really ended up in straight blue-green yet at all. Every time I've been blue-green, I've splashed something. But it sure feels like green is being pushed on us here. I'm going to take it. Take that. There's another Wardens, another Eyes, Hydra's Growth. Can try the high risk, high gain, Hydra's Growth. Certainly this is where I want to be taking a card like this, not any earlier. But I don't want to take anything for funsies, Mauxy. I want to take stuff because we think it's correct for the deck. And it's fun to win with Hydra's Growth, but I want Gem EV here. In the draft, I mean, not there's no Gem EV to be found in this pick particularly. It can be strong. We can try it. Here's the Wings somebody else was mentioning. I just don't, the trouble with like Wings and equipment, especially when we're already doing auras, is like we're just going to be hard pressed to get enough creatures in the deck. Like I practically want the Rumbling Sentry here over the Wings, but I suppose these are pretty easy to get. I'll take, yeah, since we don't know we're even white, I'll take the Wings, but I'm kind of hoping not to play it. I like training better. And I'll take Grove Dancer over Skirmisher. We're just really being railroaded into green. Like, hope you like green, because the bots are insisting here. Storm Herald we could grab for some gems. I don't think we're going to play this. Although it's interesting. But Renata maybe even exceeds the Gem EV of Storm Herald in win percentage increase. I think she's that good. Mire's Grasp is nice, but yeah, let's just take the Bomby Uncommon here. No, we can't wheel Renata, no. Taking Renata. I haven't seen this card before. Haktos the Unscarred. Haktos sounds funny. I don't know. 6/1, attacks if able, enters the battlefield, choose 2, 3, or 4 at random, has protection from each converted mana cost other than the chosen number. Wow, only one CMC can even block this? Or affect this? Wow, that's weird. It could be Gem Pick, though. Let's see, what else have we got? We've got Typhon. Kind of just want to take gems. Typhon is the pick here for win EV. Oh yeah, it always makes the deck, but it's also just a generic creature. I'm going to take gems. Here we have a nice pickup for us in the Chimera. This is the type of thing I would not take gems over because I think it has a huge impact on your win percentage when it lands and sticks. Lionfish, probably not gonna be. We're just gonna take the ichthy here, the fishify, but I'm at least looking. Yeah, let's take these out. I just don't think we're running this. Looking more and more like we are blue-green, hopefully splashing these insights. Not hard to say white's open just because this stuff is here. It's all pretty medium. There's nothing bomby here. But we could take a blessing if we want to bank back. But yeah, we just take fishify. I think more and more I'm thinking we are base blue-green, looking to find the tools to splash some white. Thirst would be nice here, but look, we got a witness. I think we take witness. Yeah, training is good too. We have our first training and they go actually kind of late. Witness does not ever wheel or anything. We have one return. Really, Thirst is the other one I'm thinking. Let's pull this one. I think it's pretty close between the power of Thirst in a aura based deck where we're trying to dig for some extra powerful cards versus Witness, which is just your generically good 5-drop flying creature. It has the drawback in this case of being a big enchantment creature, so it's weak to things like Return to Nature. But like has been historical, I am finding a 3/4 for 5 in the air to be just fine to good in blue common. Poll didn't take. Oh, sorry. Did I miss? I didn't put in a number. I do that sometimes. Well, why didn't it take? Huh, weird. Yeah, it looks like Witness is the clear winner, but just wondering why my tech didn't work. Well, boy, we could take Riptide Turtle to really stick to the blue-green, and it's not, you know, for our trying to win in the air eventually, it's decent on the ground. Flicker would be the pick. One of these two would be the pick if we were heavy white, but not sure we're playing it at all at this point. That's funny. MTG bot is like... I don't know if we want to splash for Surge. Sometimes it just gets stranded in your hand, which maybe makes it a fine splash card in that way, but... Also, though, what else are we taking here? I guess, again, it's the turtle. I really think we are just trying to splash the white at this point. I'm going to take the turtle. Oof. But Pilgrim, decent on the splash. We have Deny the Divine. We'll just take that, right? Yeah. Just going to do that. Pilgrim. If we had a bomb, like, I mean, the Staggering Insights are nice, but I think we just want a deny. Raptor wants the Pilgrim. Yeah, I'm not feeling like we're white enough for the Pilgrim, even though it kind of does what we're looking for. I'm gonna just stick to the plan. We can take an altar here to help with the splash, but really I'd like a green Omen, not the altar. Let's take a Wave Rider and find fixing in pack 3 somewhere. Well, I think people could argue for taking the Pilgrim in the context of the splash. I think that's what that thought was. Plummet. I'll take and play Plummet with Eutropia. We can do some skeet shooting potentially. All right, here's a Surge we can potentially splash, or a Storyteller. Are we going to splash the Storyteller? I'll take the Surge on a possible splash, but I don't think we are even playing one, so we'll see. Sentinel's Eyes. Is there any chance we end up back at white? I don't think so. No, too far away from that. We'll take an Eyes. All right, Lionfish comes around. Well, certainly if we had just kind of hardcore forced the blue-white, we'd be okay. The white has been really flowing in pack 2. Dalwyn saying, what? Three colors that unreal? Like, what do you mean? When you say 3 colors, are you saying, why aren't we playing, like... But if we're prepping for tricolor, we're still not playing either of these. Take Vault Progress, but... Yeah, actually, I think we're more likely to want the Vault Progress than the Flicker, but I'll take the Flicker and we'll think about it. Another Flicker. Not very rare looking from a limited perspective, but certainly playable in white. Crappy that our only blue card in the whole pack is Elite Instructor. Yeah, Spider is probably the best pick for us, which is why I'm going to take Gems. I just don't think a second Spider is worth passing Gems for. Here's an altar that probably comes back around. So another Deny or another Wave Rider. How are we doing on 3? Probably just another Deny. Yeah, they're playable gems in the abstract, Scott, but not with our current deck. Yeah, Viper, I guess, is fine. Do we want a Viper? Can actually be a 2/2 if Renata's out. Yeah, all right, maybe Viper, and we'll wheel this Divine anyway. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, look, a Liar. Also got a Typhon and a Gull, but we're going to take the Liar here. Liar has been very good in this format. Here's a Gull that wears a Staggering Insight decently. I think we take that here over anything else I'm seeing. Another Plummet for... The Oblivion spell is basically a mill spell where you can self-mill or opponent mill. It's a decent option to have in your stack for grindy matchups, but ideally you want that out of the board, and this is best of 1. Yeah, where's the Green Omens? Exactly. I don't know. I'm going to take... Plummet number 2. Calliope's all right, but not amazing. A little oppressive on the mana, but we'll take that. See if we play her. There's Sunmane. I don't think we're playing the Sunmane. I'm just going to take Vault Progress. Pick 8. Still have a Spider available. We also have this Shoal Kraken. Shoal Luton. But I think we just probably want another Spider. Yeah, Brine Giant would have been an option. I didn't really see it. Well, Kraken... I don't know. Kraken is a pretty good topper, Haj. I don't think... I mean, well, yeah, it might... I mean, a curve topper, sure. It's a decent curve topper, but it's not like a finisher. I mean, you're right, we don't have much high end, but these chain webs are effectively 5 drops. I'm taking another Spider. Take a Grove Dancer here or a Relentless Pursuit. How does Pursuit look for us? Or do we need a Grove Dancer? Pursuit. We do have enough escape in the double spider to want some pursuit. But we are drawing cards a little bit already in the deck. Although what are we taking if not another Grove Dancer? I don't think so. So all right. Here's that altar. I'll take the altar now and we can think about it. It's really sad that we didn't get really any tools to splash here. The green omen is not that good and we just didn't see it at all. Yeah, no Warbrier's blessings. Like, we had great pieces and just failed to find some really common pieces to make it all sing. So we'll see how this does, but we did come up short in terms of the power level we were hoping for. I mean, maybe that's just a truism, but Sweet Oblivion here is the don't lose to decking card. Yeah, you got to go for it, right? You take your build-arounds and then hope to find the build-around parts, and sometimes you just don't. I'm going to take a 2-5 over this 2-1. Only we don't need anything in that slot anymore. We might try to do this without the staggering insights that were so... I mean, staggering insight was pick 2, pick 3 of the draft. Do we do this splash or not? Well, 5 cuts, currently at 15, 13, so we need to cut a lot of non-creatures. You want to cut the plummets? No, I think I'm going to keep at least 1 for the Eutropia interaction. Hola, Ganza. But I think we do cut the splash. That frees up a lot of slots right away. If we cut 1 plummet after that, then boom, we're just down to actually just 1 cut here. Yeah, that's fair. I don't want... Basically, the plummet is a nod to Eutropia. But I don't want to overdo that, because then if we don't draw Eutropia, then it's just a plummet, so you don't want to get flooded with plummets you can't cast. Yeah, maybe Turtle isn't doing enough. What else are we doing on the ground? We've got line 1, 2... Ugh. The thing with the Turtle is at least it's a 2-drop. I mean, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total plays to make on before turn 2, before turn 3. If we cut Turtle, that goes to 5, which maybe is okay, but just feels rough to me. No, we're not cutting. If we're cutting a 2, well, we could cut Lionfish or Turtle, but as you can see from my curve math, I'm not really inclined to cut either. And we'd rather cut something like Hydra's Growth, except if the deck is weak, we may need to lean on something swingy like this to get us there. Yeah. No, they didn't put it. They put it on a 0-4 Defender. That was, and then they beat us. So there's that. Maybe I'm gonna just cut this Seaguard. Moxie, it's not about triggering Lionfish. How can you make it to turn 4 if you can't defend on turn 3 is my question. The job of Stinging Lionfish is not to tap or untap Oppo's stuff. The job of Stinging Lionfish in our deck is to be a 2-power 2-drop. Uh, 05, again, hear what I'm saying. People, you need to do things on 2. You need to have an early game or you're just giving up you're just giving it up to aggro if you don't have stuff to do on 2. So, no, I'm not happy about a Turtle in this deck. No, I'm not happy about a Lionfish in this deck. No, I'm not. I don't like either of these cards that much. You know what I like less than these 2 cards? Not having 2-drops to play against aggro. That's what I like even less. So stop telling me to take away my early defense. And instead, let's try this out. Instead, I took a medium 4-drop defender. There is enough aggro in the meta that you have to respect it, David. It's not that it doesn't, like there are some formats where there's just no aggro, like classically M14 comes up a lot as the format with no aggro, or Rise of the Eldrazi had literally no aggro. But most formats have some aggro that if you don't respect, you're just giving up to it. So Relentless Pursuit seems less important, but it's basically a divination, and we like our divinations, and sometimes it misses. You know, sometimes it only grabs one, so it's not a pure divination, but the extra bonus of filling our yard with 3 cards is nice for these armchair spiders. I call them armchair spiders because of my slight dyslexic brain. I don't have dyslexia or anything, but I see things mixed up sometimes just out of a glance, and all the letters in that title make me think that. Right, and 5 is kind of low. I like to have, I mean, 6 I start to feel good, but I really would like even more. Not necessarily. Yeah. So I'm going to run it. Let's see. Mind your P's and 2's. And then we're going to... Oh, who had the box? Who had the box art? I think, Tron, are you around? What do you want? Mirage. Let's see. We are on blue-green, looking for Mirage, Forest, or Island, and Mirage Forest. Oops, cut the wrong one. Get back here. Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar. Hey, Colin, thank you. And what else am I doing? Let's see. Did we have a box? Who has the box? That's cool, Mensch. Oh, Eutropia. There we go. Jikerman, thank you. I think our 9-8 split was correct too, right? Yeah, I think it is. All right, here we go. Let's get into position. Well, we got lots of things to do on 1 and 2. Let's see, people who wanted the turtle gone, what did you want instead? Because you can kind of think through what our hand would look like with your replacement card. Let's see, we can play another spider. But we have Riptide Turtle and Return to Nature we can leave up. Turtle isn't doing anything except coming out and blocking. Well, let's see what they find with Siona. Whiff! Either they're sad or they had multiple options. Okay, well, good to know about that at least. Go Wardens and hold. I'll do a par pull. I'm not loving this deck. I think it is missing some oomph. Maybe we need to play one of those wings just to feel like we have a way to get there. But like Eutropia is kind of our win con. The trouble is, as Luis pointed out on LR, win cons are very answerable in this format, and so you often need multiple ways to close out a game, because we drop Eutropia as plan A, she gets nailed, and then what, you know? Sorry, Oppo, I'm gonna get a power pull for you if you want. Alright, we'll play another spider. So this is your poll on, if we were to play this event out 1,000,000 times, what would our average win count be? Oh sure, just show off your omens. I'd like to thank Mama for her confidence in me. We'll wait till they... Well, I guess we just do it at end of turn, because... this is just going to be a problem over the course of the game. Yeah, I'm kind of with Nantuko. I'll be pretty happy if we get to 500 or better on this one. That's funny. We got ours. And we get to cast and use it. And we know they have, of course, the aura, but if this gets them to use it, awesome. Do it. Use it. Use it. Use it. You don't want to let that happen, right, Oppo? Use it. All right. Of course, I'm happy about the use there because this didn't cost us a card to do that. So they spent a card to prevent one activation of the Liar, but it's not like it destroys the Liar. So the hexproof will fall off, and then we can deal with Siona after. And nothing's really getting through this wall anyway. I don't know about the beatdown part. We do have 3 low power, high toughness reach creatures, though. Right on, Mama. March to 7. So they didn't put anything on top, right? I was thinking they probably wouldn't want to. Not a lot of reason to here. Also, I'm going to go ahead and tap the Storyteller while they're tapped out. Oh, top on Scry. Okay, well, that's not great. We could swing with a spider, I suppose. Now we don't care if one, you know, we'd be happy if one of these dies. Although we can't really reanimate it yet, so I'm not really in a hurry to do that. It almost doesn't matter when. But I suppose if they don't want to block, we get in the meantime. All right, I'll send in one. We are just throwing it, deliberately putting it in the graveyard. I'm not gonna say throwing it away because that implies that we're not getting value, and the whole point is that we're trying to get value. All right, Plummet's gonna be pretty funny here. We were supposed to do this with our Eutropia, but theirs works too. I'm gonna decline this action. Well, we're pretty good against people attacking on the ground or in the air. So we're good against attacking creatures. I don't know if we're good against, you know, humans, against the odds of winning. There are definitely more mirrors on Arena, but I don't think it puts them... I don't think you get mirror matches on purpose. I think that's just confirmation bias in action. Yeah, maybe Tron. Maybe we should bring in that anti mill out card because we're so defensive. Pull. Well, as soon as I have something that can attack, boy howdy are we gonna start doing the double tap dance with Liar. But right now, I don't know, we need to find something to actually do something with. Do I own a hobby shop? No, I'm in my basement and I have a small side business selling cards out of my basement, but I own no hobby shop. Sorry. I am Oh yeah, for sure if we were going best of 3 with an opponent with Eutropia, we'd bring in all our plummets. Don't be so hasty, David. Which one are you interested in? I can ship here, you know. Yes, I do buy cards. I don't have any buy lists up, but basically, if you prepare a buy order for any major card retailer and send it to me instead, I'll pay you what they would pay you. All right, let's play our land. Then we have a nice X spell. This is instant, right? They have counterspell mana up, so if they have the counter, they can kind of do it. I'm going to do this at the end of their turn. Yeah, that's true. Where's Dionysus? Maybe he's like secretly wealthy and I can charge him like $2 million for the Link lunchbox. Let's try that. Yeah, let's do it now because now they're tapped down. I don't think they had anything for instant anyway, but that's all right. We'll do it now. If I'm being safe, this is technically the safest, right? So we got 5 on X. Yes. Well, This is a fascinating choice. I'm gonna go with this and this. Wow, what a good scry that was. No, that was good, Resonator. I mean, I wish we found like one other good card, but getting rid of 4 lands off the top is actually pretty nice for what we can expect for our future draws. And with the desire to cast a chain web here, we're gonna decline this, although we could untap it and still have the 3, right? But we could do this too, so I'm gonna decline. Yeah, I got some lands out of the way. Glad that worked for us. Oh well. Let's go like this. Oh. They have a pause, but they have got a Grove Dancer out, which would explain any pause we're seeing. Oh, I don't have it yet, but we will after we mill ourselves. Someone told me we were casting Spider this turn, and I believed them. But it's 4 others, and we're very close. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Cetessan Champ and draw a card. Ooh, well, that's a nice engine card for Oppo. We'll see if they can trigger it right away. Ah, Resonator, understood. Yes, I've done that on these as well. All right. You get something. Viper, Viper, Viper. Spider, Spider, Spider. I mean, really all they got is the Grove Dancer. Oh, I see. No, they've got that. Sure, sure. I forgot about Eutropia's counter, so they're going for the Wardens. That's fine, too. A lot of work to kill our 1/4 that is kind of redundant in what we've got going on. Yeah, we were going to be able to because we were going to self-mill with Grove Dancer anyway, but yes. But don't we want to? It's more fuel for future chain webs. We don't need to mill, we just want to mill. I mean, if you're worried about losing to decking, I suppose that's maybe a concern, but they're at 15 to 21, so we actually have a lot of fouls to give there as well. Does Liar have to get untapped now? What happens when target creature's power increases? No, it just stays tapped. It just always take cards literally. So it says, then it says it doesn't untap. It says nothing about it containing its power. You know, it just doesn't say that. It just says it doesn't untap. Well, nothing really to go off with here. I'm going to start on the chain web anyway. Although they don't have any flying except with Eutropia, this might actually be the thing that gets attacking faster. Yeah, I actually think I've changed my mind. I've talked myself into the the Shimmer Wing because it attacks sooner. Or attacks successfully sooner. The Spider just kind of is big on the ground again. Or can we do both? It looks like we can do both. How about both? I wasn't thinking we had the tools to do both, but we do. It's gonna be tough to beat if they're filled with enchantments. It's that card draw, man. That card draw. Plus, everything's getting a bunch of counters, so... Well, they didn't take the Chimera. I'm glad they took the Spider and not the Chimera, actually. I want fodder for spiders, oil can. In fact, I want I want another spider in the graveyard to take advantage of the fodder. Champ is must kill, and yet here we are in green-blue with no fight auras. We're just gonna decline that. Submit 0. And denies all right here. Yeah, Ichthy would at least turn off the good stuff. So we're at two other. We need 2 more cards in the yard to chain web. And with 9 mana, we should get that. We get to deny something and still mill twice. And what is their black splash? Probably just Final Death, or perhaps the rare -X, or perhaps Hunt the Garrett. Right? Is it? No, not Garrett. Polukranos is in the set, right? There's a the black-green mythic. Lots of good splashable black, that's for sure. Yeah, 4 colors quite doable in the set. It's not that big a deal. I mean, it's interesting that they're kind of heavy 3. That's as opposed to base 2 and a couple of splashes. I would have liked that. Want to get some Chimera value. That would have been Chimera value 2. Still declining because we want a spider. Six cards in the yard, and we're at 13 to 11 on library count. Given life totals, maybe it will come down to milling here. But with 11 cards and them drawing multiple a turn, they might get big and wide enough to be able to beat us through that. But tap champ, no. And we have a lot of chumping that we can do, and plus, eventually, I mean, I guess if they keep making it fly, the Moss Viper doesn't do anything. Yeah, we're gonna hold deny for sure. Gotta let it go, meat finder. If you I mean, it's fine to, like, at the time or whatever, say, oh darn it, we got that milled or whatever, but you can't worry about the randomization of self mill. You go crazy. We gotta keep our brains where it matters. This could be rough. Any chance they whiff? Maybe? That's definitely not a whiff. But I'm gonna count. I could have countered Siona. I suppose I should have just countered Siona. I was getting distracted, but I'll at least counter the enchantment. maybe it was even worth it because it kind of it cost them, you know, they went down an extra card in their library with that. Yeah, kind of accidental worked out there. We could untap now. I don't like, we don't have a lot of big expensive stuff, so I'm gonna take this action now because we can even retap the 4 if we want. Now there is a point we might want to switch, like for example, the one reason to untap here is they play an aura on their next turn and create a big flyer or whatever. We could tap their potential flyer in response so that it doesn't attack us, for example. Here we get our own twice favored. And Lionfish can trigger it. Again, I don't even know if we're really trying to win this game this way, but how do we tap down? The spider's like, this is what it feels like. Yeah, maybe we can get there on damage now, bouncing stuff with our Chimera. I feel free! Yeah, we got him next turn if they don't find something. No, I want to wait because if they do something to launch a creature with Utopia, I want to tap in response. Return an aura card from graveyard to battlefield, so they're getting Siona and they're getting Ichthy. Well, they found what they needed. Well, let's see where they go with it. They probably have to go Shimmerwing at this point, and then we still have good outs on Utopia. Yeah, heck of a top deck from Oppo, but that's why they put it in their deck. Yeah, they're legending their Siona, but it gives them a ETB trigger regardless. Okay, that's... Oh, that's fair, because Utopia doesn't... Now can't bounce the... Either one of them would have done. Utopia plus Shimmerwing was the combo, so they could really do either one. But we still have good attacks with Shimmerwing, so that's good. Oh, this is where I was going to do my thing here. So they're doing that. We're going to... 1, 2, 3, 4, just overpay and tap the Dancer. No, unfortunately not. Nope, no other returns either. And I'm going to continue to untap the Liar here for the reasons we saw. Now that we have no enchantment fall triggers, no constellation triggers, there's no reason to bring anything back here. So I'm going to submit 0. Renata, hello. Let's see, do you have any other attacks? Not really. That doesn't attack, but we'll play Renata and we'll send in Chimera. Yeah, we can start bouncing our stuff just to make it bigger. Got Liar, untapped Liar. think should just hold them down. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that can attack with power. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers you can reduce to 5. One of them gets in anyway, so they can fully block on the ground, so there actually isn't a lethal liar play here. Unless they want to attack us, which we would welcome. One, two, three. Oh yeah, 6 reduced to 4. Sorry, but still would, which would have been enough, but now it's not. But it was 6 reduced to 4. Now it's 7 reduced to 5. But we're gonna still do some tapping, and we'll just go with big stuff. If we wanted to do an all-out, then yeah, I guess if we don't fear this card in hand, we can do it. I'm going to submit 0, because we might go for the win here. I get it. We could trigger, we could replay, but then we wouldn't be able to attack with those things. And if we want to potentially try for the win here, but maybe we don't bother. Like, is it too risky to even try to win? Because we get, again, we can tap something down. They have 5 blockers. We get this in the air, so they're a virtual 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, so yeah, we don't have the attackers enough relevant attackers. Meat. Dude, if you can stop your opponent from drawing another card in the game, it's very good, Meat Finder. I don't know. The dude makes me think you're like, dude, it's obvious that you don't go for winning right now. Like, yes, we're going to be patient, but to not stop and see if there's a win to be had, you do it. You got to look for the win. Man, if I missed lethal, chat would not let me hear the end of it, even without D around. Yes. Duding at me, duding your bad advice at me is a little condescending. All right, pulled it out. Craig, that's not how the that works. The Chimera only works on your stuff. Dude, calm down. Relax, okay? How about that? Did I just trigger everybody? Mensch thinks we should put in the Oblivion main. Mensch feels that we're getting, you know, that showed that this deck is pretty defensive, pretty grindy, and that Sweet Oblivion might be where we want to be.
All right, everyone, chill.
There is a good argument for Sweet Oblivion, but we have to cut something sweet for it if we want to run it. Haj wants to cut to 16. We don't have much of a high end. You could make that argument, although we have this X spell that we certainly like the extra land for. One spider could go. I'm really not. We're just back into the mind your P's and Q's again, though. I really want some early action. Just because we drew all of our early action in that one game doesn't mean that that's what happens every game. If I cut a creature, I practically just want to cut Calliope, who's tough to cast. No, Smock. That's a fine point, though. Smock is like, why are we doing this? Are you being results oriented? I don't think I'm being results oriented. So what changed? What changed is realizing just how defensive this deck is through play. Like we got pretty deep into our deck and we laid out a bunch of stuff that ground things to a halt. And in the context of grinding things to a halt, this becomes a pretty important way to actually win a game against a mutually grindy deck. So that's why. It's not just boredom. It's like, maybe it legit increases our EV to have Sweet Oblivion available in the main in best of one, given this situation. Yeah, not because we didn't like how it ran, but because we realized Sweet Oblivion might just actually increase our... it's in the main partly because we have a Eutropia. Eutropia, we can target an opponent's creature, make it fly, and kill it that way, and we have low interaction. But yeah, we could try cutting the Plummet. I mean, it's kind of like... Dragon's Lair over my left shoulder. Let's see, that puts it over, you mean over superpowers, over this? Anywhere over there. Let's go for Jedi then. Is that acceptable? Oh yes, the inverter deck. Yeah, it's probably me clinging to fancy play syndrome. I mean, it's not even fancy play. It's a good combo. And Plummet is useful enough on its own to justify it, but I think you're ultimately right that what's Plummet's job besides being fancy with the Eutropia? To answer flyers? Well, we have that job pretty well covered. So, okay, let's try it this way for a game at least. Yeah, working on the record here. Yeah, Eutropia plus Escape Spider does work, David. Good call. If we find ourselves there. We go first. We have a turtle. We have a Wave Rider with any land. We don't have any green yet. I hate mulliganing. London Mulligan makes things easier, but I'm going to keep this. We got a 2 and a 4 with any land. I agree with Luis and Marsh that black is your early contender for clear best color in the format, but it gets a little muddy from there. All right, well, we'll deny anything they let us to do something here. Hey, Della. Yeah, that qualifies. You go away. Mono blue. Forest off the top would be nice. We get to drop a training onto our Wave Rider and fly in for 4, assuming Oppo is tapped out. Won't necessarily want to do that into open mana. Nightmare. Good looking deck so far from Oppo. Lots of strong cards. There's the Forest as requested. Thank you, Magic Gods. And now we can be done with land for the rest of the game, right? Right on, Della Rosa. Great to hear. I started saying, I gave a short answer. Basically, black is clearly the best. It gets muddy from there. I think maybe red is the worst. But beyond black being the best, I don't have any major color breakdowns, you know? So, I was thinking I would return to nature this dreadful apathy and get our Wave Rider back, but then they're just going to bleep it. So I actually like running out Armchair Spider and the Goal and giving them something else to bleep, and then return to nature to get our Wave Rider back after the removal has hit the battlefield. And I even like, I know this has flash, but I'm doing this, well, will they bleep? Do we need, here's the question, do we need to give them a good target for this play to even work, for the bleep play to work? Are they going to bleep the Spider if we don't play the Goal? You know, I'm going to risk it. I believe they'll have the land. I'm playing as though they'll have the land. Yeah, and given that we can ambush, we should. Actually, that works, because we can ambush. We have to ambush the Envoy. Looks like they don't have the land. I think when they're at 5, though, you got to play like they're going to have it. And anyway, this gives us the play we want anyway, because they're going to send in the Envoy. We get to leap in and trade with it, or eat it. We've gotten a good 0 for 1 here. And now they'll get an 0 for 1 on the Goal, but then we can get our enchantment, get our Wave Rider back after that. Oh, they have Indomitable Will. Yeah, we have the Return to Nature, and I think we go ahead and use that, right? First, we got to let it... Nah, it doesn't matter. We can do it either way. I'll just do it now. But of course, now we can't get our Wave Rider back, but I always feel compelled to make those 2 for 1 plays when they're offered to us. Don't have much of a plan here other than to draw cards and see what plans they create. We got ourselves emptied before that happened. And we'll take... Well, actually now we should wait. Really should wait for Oppo to kill something with the Bleepus before we drop Eutropia. And this goal should be enough of a target. Oh, the heck, maybe we play Eutropia because we want the goal more than the Eutropia at this point. Not what I was expecting. Looks like they're deciding a race is their only option, maybe? I don't know. But we're gonna give it to them. Too bad we can't pick off anything with the 1-2, but nice to have another spider to block with anyway. Ah, that's why. Oh, wait, did they have that in hand? Or did they just draw that? If they had it in hand, it explains the killing of the spider a lot more. Okay. Yeah, East had it figured out. But they're offering us another trade here. That seems great to take Spider for Piper. And we'll throw this here. Oh, actually, sorry, we'll throw this here. Daxos and the lifelink and the ETB life gain is proving real. Oppo's strategy of try and turn this into a race could work. Hopefully this spider will be big enough to make that a problem. Can't cast it yet. We're at 1 card away there. 16, 15. Yeah, suddenly they're pulling... Oh, no, we can. Wait. Oh, no, it keeps changing its highlighting. Yeah, it's 4 others. We don't get to do that yet. Yeah, Warfurnace, they may be correct. I think they've taken the line they have. And a lot will be revealed on this Omen Scry. All right, we can send in the goal and offer a Harpy for goal, and then if they take the trade, we get the spider. But we could just do that on defense at this point. I think with their lifelink and this situation, we do actually have to stay back here and be defensive for a little bit. Try to trade off the goal for the Harpy and get this spider online in large form. Let's watch this scry carefully. 1 top, 1 bottom. I was really hoping for bottom, but often people keep things on the top that are not great, but they're serviceable. So hopefully it's just a serviceable top and not some uh-oh top. If they send in everything, we're going to try... Oh, well, now it changes. I was going to say we're going to try and trade for the Bleepus. It's fine if they don't want to send the Harpy, because we're just going to kill the Harpy when the spider ETBs anyway. Almost want to just trade off the Eutropia. Like... I mean, this is not a bad block, all things considered, where things are at. But maybe that's too much. Why trade? Because this is real. Yeah, they get the eyes back. I'm just looking at it. I'm not committing to it. I'm just seeing that we could do it. Because you get into this mindset of, well, we obviously can't trade off Eutropia, right? I'm trying to make sure that we're not in the bad mindset of can't even think about trading off our legend when sometimes it's absolutely correct to do so, right? So I was just making sure. Because we're gonna chump. Like, I need this. I want the goal dead so we can get the spider out. But the spider, if the goal, yeah. See, because I really want the goal dead. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if I don't make that trade, we block here instead. I'll just take the 2 for now. No, I'm not even going to chump the goal right now. I could chump. I could chump to make that happen. I'm choosing not to because I wanted to draw this other land and have that not work out for me. Just new set, Nantuko. New set cycle. We're at the beginning of a set, so any audience I was gaining towards the end of Eldraine actually came back to actually watch stuff now that there's new content. All right, same as before. I'm going to do it one more time. And then maybe start to get desperate here. At some point, we got to act. We can't just take 2 from Daxos indefinitely. Why do we play this game? Why do we play Magic the Gathering? It's a win con. Yeah. But you know what's also a win con? Not losing to the incessant attack from your opponent. I suppose that's a good reason to play it, Mama. Relax, okay? Okay, well now they're offering the goal. I will go ahead and take that. Or offering the Harpy. And then the ETB can kill the Envoy instead. Yeah, even if it was a trap, like what would it be a trap for? Like a trap for they wanted to use a trick or something, but we'd still trade for a trick, so it's okay. Like, we wanted that thing dead anyway, so great. Yeah, I like saving Lionfish. It's not getting through on the ground or anything, so I might as well use it to launch something next turn. Uh, 20 deck to 17 deck. You want to send Utopia here? No, we can launch... well, now it's too late. Maybe it was okay to just send Utopia, but if we get a decent blocker, we can send the Armchair instead.
A rap burglar.
Thank you for that. Well, now we can do it. I like it because we can Calliope to launch and then have Calliope to block. Save fish. I don't know. Yeah, save fish for next time, you mean? Yeah, I like... I like getting the spider to a 5/6 here. Can we attack is the question. Maybe not. East wants to attack. If we attack, we're kind of committing to blocking with Calliope, which is fine. I think I want to block with her anyway. We no longer have any cards to free up the Wave Rider, no. Alright, I'll send it. Yeah, but I want I want my blocker to be 5/6. Like, I feel you, Silo, but we're going to have a 5/6 blocker for the future now, which is really nice against this Daxos, for one thing. I mean, Daxos can get bigger, but I like the 5/6 a lot. All right, and we get a natural flyer here. So now what do we want to do with this? We can just start sending Calliope as a huge flyer. Let's do that. Is it lethal with fish? Oh, maybe I should have looked for lethal. 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, not quite. But maybe next turn. If we get another enchantment. And we'll wait on Lionfish so we fly again next turn. And we can scry with the Witness. We can scry ourselves to an enchantment with a Witness. We have double fly off of Lionfish. That's suspicious. I don't want that Catableepus dead because I'm afraid they want it in the graveyard, so we're definitely just going to put Turtle on the Bleeper. Secret tech of the Turtle, it can't kill things. Yeah, trouble is the thing gets flying that you put the counter on. If I could put the counter on the Witness and make Calliope flying, that would be great. But you gotta do all on one. And that certainly qualifies. We're keeping that and gonna try and win here. What is the most important thing to fishify? Daxos? Wow, Oppo, I didn't even get to show you. All right, happy to be at 2-0 with this deck. We're all feeling a little bit unsure of the capabilities of this particular pile, but we started 2-0. Nice. I'm going to show you the deck again for a moment. I'm going to go take a bio break, get a beverage, etc., and I'll be right back, and we'll see how far we can take this on the win column. All right, back soon. Back to it. We will go to Battlefield Right. Comrade cards, I'm sorry that you did not have the removal to punish them, but that sounds pretty brutal. Boo, deck, boo! Forest and an island here, and I would keep, but I don't think we can keep this with just a Moss Viper. All right, this we can keep. And what are we tossing back, though? We send an island, then Calliope is not available for sure on 3. Obviously, we're keeping Spider and Forest, but we maybe just throw the Vexing Gull back, or we just ditch an island and hope to find our second eventually. I think it's Gull or Island, and I'm not sure. Certainly, Island is greedier. But, you know, it does give us... I'm going to do Island. I'm going to be greedy. I tend towards greedy when trying to recover from a mulligan anyway. Yeah, being greedy is a good way to overcome card disadvantage from mulliganing. Missed land completely, so we are waiting now, but Liar a reasonable draw at least. All right, found third land. I'm gonna stick with Gull though. We'll Liar when we have a little more room to maneuver it. Chasing losses east. Because if you are trying to survive, having a 1-drop to stall is good, and the fact that it does become something amazing in the late game makes me want to keep it. I mean, I'm not throwing away action there. There's just no way I'm throwing away action. We did. This is has Sweet Oblivion in. Well, what if we Gull? Do we want to leap in and offer a trade here? Gull for Dawn Evangel, for example. David, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're pitching the Spider in that spot, I just think you're wrong, but Lord knows I've been wrong about plenty of things in my life, so maybe I'm wrong about that too. I think this is fine. We're happy with either one dying, really. And trading for a trick is also okay. Oh, I should have blocked that, though. I got caught up in my double block and didn't do the single block. Silly, silly. Hopefully that 2 doesn't cost us. Just distracted. Gonna go with our good 4 here. You should be able to remove it with your own controls. Yeah, Mauxi. I mean, that's on... you're doing that, not me. Or I might have an overlay, but it should be... I would ask chat. Maybe chat can help you, because I just don't have those tools in front of me. Yeah, we're going to Liar and not offer this trade. I think Chimera is going to be better for us in the long run, and we can Liar, tap, untap, and then tap Chimera. Bye-bye, Chimera. Hardly knew you. So we've got 2 in the yard. We could chump with the spider, but the spider, yeah, I guess I'll do that because the turtle has the ground covered. So let's get the spider dead. If we can have it come back out to play, it can just pick off the Chimera. Sure glad we didn't scry this away. I will take the action, though. I took it because we might need to tap down the Chimera, but we found something else to do, so we'll do this. East wanted to take it. Nah, I love getting this ready for action. Just have to hope they don't remove it from our graveyard with the naturalize effect. Oh, the Liar. Sure. Still dies to Armchair Spider coming back into play. But we're a couple cards off from making that happen. We need 2 others. So we need two cards in the yard before we can do the spider plan. But we have, unless we draw something sweet, we're just gonna Liar the Chimera anyway. All right, gonna go a little wide here. They're gonna get a pretty solid number of 1/1s, but hopefully we have enough ground defense to not be overwhelmed by this. Let's see what they come up with as a support for their go wide. If there's no support for the go wide, it's no big deal, but if they can do some things to pump their team, then obviously it can get out of hand. Might as well do one of these, though. Doesn't do much, but I'm doing what I have. I'm going to do this now before they untap and have other means by which to make this big or something. Now this is where the turtle is underwhelming because it can't threaten to at least eat one of those pesky soldiers. Wow, quite a turn from Oppo. This one's slipping away from us pretty quickly. But only the 1 attack, so at this point with Oppo, I think I would in their shoes just sent everything. Like, yeah, we could, let's see, if we block with the turtle, but trouble is we fill the graveyard with things we need to survive on the battlefield, so I don't think we can fill graveyard through chumping Mauxi. We're pretty close to it. Yeah, I'm not thinking we're in good shape here at all. Decline this action, and really unfortunate that couldn't be island number 2. Man, we've been flooding on colors in a lot of our games here. 2 islands would be sweet, but instead the game's just going to show Oppo that we have none. Well, if they don't figure out attack all this time, maybe we have a chance, but I think they're going to figure it out since they added a Forerunner to the table last turn that can now attack. We're just dead if they attack all, but we've seen that they don't necessarily find that line, so let's make them find the line of attack all, you know? I don't know if our greed was punished or if we just failed to find what we needed to recover. But let's throw stuff around, see what happens. Maybe we're dead, maybe we're not. Are you kidding? We got this, Mauxy. No. Yeah, no hope? I don't have hope either. We're done. Hey, look, it's our island. Yeah, good timing, buddy. If we'd been able to play this on at any point, yeah, I think it would have changed stuff. Like, we got attacked a bunch because we had no defense. Some days are better than others, Mauxy, as longtime viewers around here know. My salt levels vary from day to day. When I'm my best self, I fade it all pretty well. When I'm my best self, I remember that I am hanging out on the internet playing Magic with a bunch of awesome people in chat, and that life's pretty good. All right, I'm going to keep this because we do at least have training to draw an extra card, return to nature to handle enchantments, chain web to get down early, so we have enough going on here to keep. Oh yeah, I didn't update the record though. In a little bit of denial about that loss. Did I just lie? I just lied and gave myself a win that was a loss. I'll stop lying with my record. Wishful thinking. Typing 3 doesn't make it so, Ryan. Typing 3 doesn't make it so. And Fluffy, thank you for the raid. What are you up to, Fluffy? All right, we didn't find an island, but we're one closer to one. What did you even do, Fluffy? I don't even know. I don't know what you like. I don't know how that happened, but that was funny, Fluffy. Very funny. Obviously happy to offer a spider for the... Well, actually, no, not obvious, because this has the death clause that says we don't get to buy it back. Might still be worth it. I mean, eventually we're going to have to trade for this. I'm happy to get something off the board. We can drop a lionfish. We do have another spider somewhere. Well... I think you have to be streaming to raid, which I don't even understand how... I don't even know what Fluffy did. Fluffy, explain yourself. It's not a 2-for-1 East. It's just a 2-for-1. It's just a 1-for-1. The training replaced itself. Don't be dramatic. It's not giving up a 2-for-1. The thing is, like... What are we doing if not? I guess we can just play defensive. I mean, I'm going to say, here's why I'm going to say no attacks. Because we have Chimera and a training. That's a good reason to say no attacks. And I'm going to play Lionfish here. Yeah, we don't want Chain Web exiled, but I can even handle the Chain Web exile. What I can't handle is the loss of my possible sweet combo coming up. Although this is a tempting thing to do, we'll definitely offer Lionfish for the Oracle, though. All right, welcome, Raiders. Who was that? I missed who it was, though. I looked away. Grizzle Mage, thank you for that. Appreciate that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe in 2009 before joining Wizards of the Coast for 7 years, and now I'm doing this on the daily for some crazy reason. All right. Chimera only has 2 toughness. They could forge us out of this, but if we can untap with Chimera... if we can untap with Chimera... All right. Well, now... we're going to no attack and offer a trade for the Phoenix. And keep up... Deny the Divine, and Return to Nature, and Riptide Turtle. We can cast everything in our hand, basically. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat a bit. All right. Oh, what do we got here? Warden of the Chained. So it's a 4/4 unless they come up with another 4/4. I'm going to let that go. Maybe I should have countered it to counter anything, but I feel like we can also counter Phoenix on the way back out, so we might try and catch it with that. And we have an 0/5 that blocks this even if it starts to be able to attack. Yeah, we could have, but I'm wanting to answer this Phoenix. Because we have a turtle that stops this thing. Of course, it's going to be difficult to specifically leave our mana up to deny the Phoenix at just the right times. It's not an enchantment. Oh, sure, yeah, I could do that. Sorry, never mind. You're right. I can do it that way. So, given that, maybe we just deny this. I forget about the hidden mode. Good call. And now I wish I had countered the Chimera, because it's better to counter that than the Revelers, for sure. Maybe it's correct to still wait and counter something better. So I'm going to let this resolve. And I'm not going to hold up the deny anymore for the Phoenix because we do have the return, but I don't like countering that. And now we're going to goal and trade for the Revelers this way. And we continue to fill up our yard for our spider. Yeah, Thassa is also a counter. It's not really what we want to do with it, though. Ideally, we draw cards with it. Could play Nexus Wardens. We're going to keep leaving everything up here, though. Unfortunately, they also have good attacks. We could play the Wardens to try and trade off for a Chimera, for example. Not loving how I've played this one so far. I've kind of botched my counter management and didn't properly process the powers that I had in the Return to Nature. Needed chat to bail me out. But maybe we'll get the deny anyway. Because if they do go for the Phoenix, I'll still deny it, and then we can use Return to get rid of the Loathsome instead. If a punt falls in Eldraine and D is not there to call it out, did it even really happen? Actually, I should, in the abstract, I should block the non-trample, because if they do something to kill this, it stays no damage. If they do something to kill this now, I take an extra 4. Small thing, but worth mentioning. Again, I kind of just don't care. Like, I guess it makes it a 5 power, which is kind of rough. Jikerman looking to get reflex banned. Yeah, I know it kills the turtle, but I don't even care too much about the turtle, except that it's doing a pretty good job here, so I think we do have to deny it. And with 4 in the yard, well, now we can't stop this anyway unless we want to do return. I guess we could counter, let's see, it's counter target spell unless the controller plays twice X. So twice X would be 4. So we can do a counter for 4, which on the Phoenix, 1, 2, 3, 4, would counter it if they don't play a land. I'm just thinking if we can counter it, here's my thinking, because this is going to be a problem too, the Chimera, right? It's going to come back again and again. So, yeah, but effectively, if you counter it enough, they run out of exile stuff. We could play the Wave Rider, but if we're going to play stuff out to block, I'm going to play the Wardens. So I think we just stay in stall mode, get something to trade with one of the ground creatures, and then we're successfully stalling.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Thank you, Prof. Oh yeah, they can pump. I forgot to pump on that. So then I'll do this. We'll make this trade for now, and we'll deal with this when the armchair comes back. And we have the... All right, good. Needed that land badly so that we can do this. Now, they're not really close to getting either of these back, but we could, well, I'm going to Wave Rider, and then we can even risk attacking here. Yeah, I think we start attacking. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I should have left Forest up, because I let Auto Tap get me. But I don't think it's going to matter here. They don't have the fuel to rebuy next turn. But I'll not let that auto tap happen again. Yeah, that just doesn't even matter. I mean, it turns on the Warden for attacking, but we've got that covered. Oh, perfect. Gives them another turn to potentially unlock these, but again, I don't think they're very close to that. We get to play Renata and fly our Wave Rider. By attacking with 2, the Cyclops can't block. Oh, except they had that. Never mind. Cyclops can't block if you attack with 2 things. Oh, we still get to attack. Never mind. I was thinking the loss of that creature meant we couldn't attack, but it's not what we were attacking with, so we'd still get to do it. A little risky. They can come back for 4 and drop us to 3, but this gets them... What are you all... Can you read this, please? Everybody read. Sorry, I can't... Whenever I find myself getting a little high and mighty about people not reading, I humble myself and make my joke. You all know the standard joke, right? It's okay, Houdini. I don't read cards either. If they get 1 in the yard now, yeah, that's fair. I mean, they need 1 more in the yard, but they need to, like, have... So I guess if this is a cheap instant, we could be in trouble. Because this does have haste. We are lucky. No, it wasn't auto-tapped. We cast double green. Had to do it that time. It's not suicidal. If we don't, right now they have a chump. They chump the spider with the caryatid, and they're not dead. We see their hand. There's no mystery here. No. Not removable by return to nature. Both or nothing. And Appa goes with nothing. Well, with this much land, we can counter any effort to recast a spell, I think. So we have 7, so 5, 10. We can counter any effort to recast one of these. And then if we don't need to do that, we can Thassa's. I mean, we can return the Phoenix right now, yes. We could do that too, and then probably still counter the other one. We go to 10, we go to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and we can still counter the other one. All right, let's exile the Phoenix, and then we still have the capability of countering the Chimera. And if we attack, I don't like the situation. Yeah, they can't Chimera now, but they could come up with another thing. I think we'll go ahead and intervention for cards at the end of their turn if they do nothing. That can't block, so that's not the worst, and I don't really want to attack with it. Or counter it, so we're going to let that happen. I don't think we could counter it anyway. Alright, just going to draw some cards. Nice. We can actually put that on the reach dude. Well, with double blocks back now, I think I like morphosing the Warden. We could Icky the Cyclops, but as long as we attack with 2, we can send, I mean, we can send both and it's fine. And then we have a forced chump here. Yeah, I'm fine with this. We'll just do this. Yeah, I'm on Buckeye's line. I think we can manage the Chimera. The Chimera doesn't have haste, and we're going pretty wide. And we're 1 enchantment away from winning off Rider and 1 other attacker, making the Cyclops not block. Top deck, something good. Ha! Yeah, you knew it was going to be a land. You just knew it. Still okay, though. We got good blocks going on here. Don't have winning attacks, though. Let's see. If we attack with everything, they just have one. They have 1, 2, 3 blockers. So, yeah, we don't have an attack. Yeah, no reason to play land now, because especially we're done with our X spell. Like, we had a great draft with Gallia early on in the format. Let's see what it does for them here. Is it enough? Certainly put some pressure on the board. They might be in swing away territory, but if they're wrong about it, then... Wow, we might be in swing away. All right, 1 time enchantment, please. Enchantment. 1 enchantment and we're good. If we don't get an enchantment, I think we actually lose from here. Yeah, I think we're on top deck for win or lose now. I don't think they will. I'll worry about blocking if they attack. But we basically throw our creatures on their biggest creatures and... Alright, well... Not the creature we were hoping, or not the enchantment we were looking for, but we can certainly play it and hope that continuing to get creatures on board at least dissuades the attack. Yeah, Celebrant does not go to face, so we keep that in mind. And we have 5 blockers for their 7 current attackers. Oh, that made it a little rougher. A little rougher. Now we got to put Turtle on the Chimera and take 1 there. So we'd be taking 1 from this. Eating that. I think we're still okay. I don't know. We'll find out here. And the fact that they're attacking and they've been pretty diligent about doing their math here makes me think maybe they did draw something. Yeah, they will be doing a nice rummaging here. Celebrant does not go to face. All right, they're doing it. So we got to go here with that. I believe we need to get all the toughness we can there. We're going to eat here. Eat here. We could do this and... Yeah, we can do that. That's a good call. Just looking at it first here, we go like this and this instead. Why? We can block the Celebrant in a way that doesn't kill it. How about we do this? Maybe this is better. And if we swap Big Spider and Turtle, we don't really have the... Well, I guess we do have the crack back in that spot. Double block the Trampler with the 2/2. So you just want to put this here. Saves the same amount, but then we lose this. But then we don't have Eutropia. No, we can block the Celebrant. It's fine. I'm going to do this. Oh, how did we kill the Celebrant? Oh, because of the dude dying. Sorry. I didn't think we were losing. I didn't think the Celebrant was dying there. That was why I did it that way. I mean, I think it's still decent, but that's why I did it that way. Come on, enchantment. Just enchantment us, please. Are we just lethal? Should be just lethal, right? I think that was their desperation. So Even though that didn't quite go the way I planned, we got there. Whew. Yeah, I forgot that the satyr was going to die. I didn't want him to throw a shock around, but didn't matter, it looks like. Come on, Oppo. Yeah, Guru. Well, I hope they feel better about this because of this. Maybe they're desalinating by BMing. I don't know. Ask me anything. I'm waiting for a arena rope. All right, 3-1. I was kind of parring this at 3, so happy to already be at 3 wins. We still have that milling escape card in the deck, but we just haven't seen it since we put it in. And it does feel like we keep pushing the edges of milling. Like, I think that card would have been good in the games we haven't seen it. I'm pretty infinite, yeah, based on my win percentage and how often I play. If I played more often, I would not be infinite. That's the funny thing about Magic the Gathering Arena versus Magic Online. Magic Online never gave you resources for playing, so there was no way, like, your pace of play was unimportant to your potential to go infinite, but on Arena, we're effectively all infinite because you can earn money by playing. You can earn, I should say, you can earn in-game currency by playing. But at my pace of play, between my win rate, my pace of play, and the gold awarded for playing, we are infinite, yes. Definitely keeping this. Looks good. Guru finding, like, the narrow places it's okay to rope. Definitely gonna play out the spider here. If they want to trade Grim Physician for the spider, obviously we're thrilled with that trade. Yeah, love it. Kill it. We'll be back later. Well, until you play Graveyard Hate. Lionfish or Viper? Since Lionfish triggers Eutropia, I'm going to drop Viper and be mana inefficient to save our auras or to save our enchantments for when we have Eutropia. Isn't a Eutropia just a European utopia? I'm going to offer this Moss Viper now, and I'm not going to cast Eutropia into the open mana when we have an alternate play. Or a middling mid-90s U2 album. There's one deny. Don't know if that means they have another, but we're going to drop Eutropia now while the coast is relatively clear. What if I change my rating? Maybe it's Elspeth's Nightmare. I thought Nightmare was just okay, but I think it's been quite great. But what have I changed the most on? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. This is 1/1 till end of turn. Yeah, we'll just take that, and we'll use Viper to continue to threaten the Hierophant. Would I run 2 Nightmares? Yeah, I believe I would. Darn it, why do we have to draw something duressable? Because now we're put in a spot where basically we duress or we lose the... I mean, we return or we just lose the return. And I'd rather use it. So I think I'm going to go Stinging Lionfish, and then I'm going to cast Return on their turn, take out Nightmare so that we keep our graveyard at least, and then we can tap down something on their turn. Well, I don't care if they see our last card. I'm going to wait. Yeah, I guess we could do it on upkeep if you want to be super tight about it, but it's likely to be our next turn play. But we like being super tight about things, so sure, let's do it. Actually going to tap the Physician, because I'd be delighted if they want to send the Hierophant into our Viper. Excellent choice, Oppo. Excellent choice. Maybe it means they've got multiple removal. Often when an opponent uses fairly quality removal on something fairly underwhelming, it's because they've got backup. But we're going to make them have it. Serious pause there. Nothing on board to make them do it ostensibly, so we're keeping in mind blue or black 2-mana instants that might be around. Could be either of the omens. Really don't mind that at all. That's just Oppo giving up cards for tempo, which in a stalled out game favors us tremendously. Had to try. Still have Spider coming. Now they're out of cards at least. Unfortunately, we're out of good cards. Although that's nice. We could throw this on the Lionfish and actually start attacking with it into this board. Although, no, it still has the low toughness. And basically, if this dies, it's going to take the Lionfish with it, which is not great, Bob. Not great, if we're honest. However, we're probably going to have to do it just to draw something. Gold does not have flying, or it would be floating. We could put it on the Viper. I still think we just throw it on the Lionfish, and we can put, well, if we put it on the Turtle, we get a 1/5. What does that do for us? I mean, it's not the worst idea, East, but I think we just want to draw a card. But it matters where we put it as we draw the card, and I'm going to put it on the Lionfish, because now we can attack with it. Like, I will trade the lionfish for anything they've got over there. The trouble is, it does set up a possible 2-for-1 with the physician. So actually, I'm going to stay back. And we'll go with the spider number 2. Yeah, escaping, you're right, Mike, isn't the worst, but we would be giving up a 2-for-1, and I'm not ready to do that yet. Fodder for spiders is a nice side benefit, but it's not something I'm looking to make misplays over, if you know what I mean. Like, if I wouldn't do that play without the escape, I don't think it's correct to do it now. Let's tap the physician. Then we can send in the lionfish. What? How is it a 2-for-1? If I attack with the lionfish, they kill the lionfish and then put a -1 counter on the viper. That's how it's a 2-for-1. And I don't count. So this is not a card in this is not a full card. This just replaced itself and doesn't count in your X-for-1 calculations. Yeah, so we're gonna do Wave Rider and start trying to get it in the air. But we do have attacks now. Fantastic. They gave it to us. I thought they were just going to take that. Wow, we get to armchair and eat the witness? I don't know if Oppo's reading here. Yeah, I say armchair because I have a weird brain. Could send, but I'm going to wait. Damnation incoming. Yeah, we can attack with the Viper, but it's sitting here holding off the Hierophant well enough. Although now this is. I guess we start attacking with this. I like our board. Plains, Dream Trawler would get him out of this. I think we're okay, maybe trading it off. I mean, eventually we'll get all this back. Yeah, Wrath, we get to rebuy spiders. Well, definitely going with the Grove Dancer. Yeah, we can start feeding Escape with it too. Are we willing to give it the 4/5 for the 3/3? That's the fundamental question Steven was asking. We're definitely sending the Wave Rider and either the Viper or both the Viper and the Spider. Yeah, well, this is a no-brainer attack. The question is, are we attacking on the ground with stuff? Yeah, let's just... We can be pretty greedy here. Even offering a... They can eat the armchair, if the small spider, if they want. Wouldn't mind that other spider to die, so we'll offer it up. Oh, they can single block the armchair and kill it. That was the big decision around this attack, whether we were okay with that. And obviously my answer was yes, we're okay with that. Leaves us in fine shape. Oppo agrees. All right, pushing it. Well above par for me now at 4 wins. Happy to get 4 wins from this deck. Yeah, Turtle's been doing its job. I don't know if I think we're just classic mid-range here. Mid-range leaning towards late game. I hesitate to suggest control because we're not really doing much interaction, but we have good blockers. If you think good blockers make for good control, then maybe we're control-ish. Control-ish, looking for kind of a combo finish. In almost any deck I've ever drafted, if I draw nothing but my best stuff, I'm going to win. And if I draw nothing but my worst stuff, I'm going to lose, right? It does come down to that a lot of the time. No creatures yet, but I'm going to keep this. Got a nice play on 3 in either of these. Well, shoot. Blue-green showed no spells. I don't want to cast our bomb into deny mana, but deny can't counter either of these, so I'm going to start with the Liar and figure that will resolve. A turtle, you say? Turtle blocks the 4/3. We've been happy with how it's performing. Maybe we go ahead and just turtle here, or even just Liar here. You know what? I'm just going to Liar. We could put Eutropia out while the shields are down, though. I don't like turtle and draw because it puts the training on the wrong creature before we have Eutropia out. We really should try and get Eutropia value out of this training. So our choices are really the these 3. Turtle, no training, Pursuit, or just Eutropia. And with Enchantment Creature coming, let's Eutropia and make him have it. Yeah, I get it, but also I'm worried about if they untap and leave mana up, then I feel awful. So I'm going to get Eutropia down while these shields are down here on mana for counters. Yeah, just need this Eutropia to survive the turn. That'd be great. All right, so they're keeping the mana up again. Again, this is very suggestive of stuff that doesn't make me happy, but I'm going to open on Armchair and see if that draws a counter. There was a pause, and then they snap, let it go. Well, let's go for training. Worst case, they counter the training, and that's not, that's not the end of the world. if they have goal now, Eutropia attacks through, so I'm going to risk it. Great. I don't know what they've got. Maybe we'll find out here. Maybe it's Thirst. Could be a Thirst. Huh. All those pauses, no plays. Wonder what it's going on. If it's bounced, they would have used it, right? We're going to chump. Happy to get the spider in the yard at this point. I could have played the turtle and blocked, but I literally wanted a dead spider. We are flashing it in. Kind of trading for some life and getting in the graveyard is really the job of the 1 mana side of this card anyway. So we're pretty sure they've got a counter spell. What do we want to do about that? How about attack, and then we have Liar. If they flash in a blocker, we can Liar it down, and we can also just Liar their 4/3. If they're planning to just counter us, though, then we're going to play this game, right? Well, they got 2 colors out. It's possible they're, you know, green, black, splashing blue, or whatever. But based on our read of counter, I don't know. I think they're just main blue and are 2 reactive right now. Full control would actually be showing more pauses than we're seeing. That's the thing. Full control isn't the best disguise for your instance or the best bluff, because you can actually tell the difference between a full control gambit and actual possible castables. Because full control stops at every little possible spot that could possibly be stopped at, whereas the natural stuff only stops at key spots, like this. All right, well, nothing we can do about that for now. We do have enchantment removal in the deck that we might be able to come up with. We're going to overpay here in case of pump, and with nothing else to do. Nice, I'll take that. Might even want to use it while they are tapped out, although there's not much counter that actually counters instants and sorceries. The common counter spell is enchantments and creatures. So, shields down, 6 mana. I like actually Relentless Pursuit right now. Find a land and then drop Wave Rider. Didn't find a second target. I was saying this is mostly divination, but sometimes not. Unfortunately, we got a sometimes not spot there, but we'll also be able to cast the spider soon. Yeah, Whirlwind Denial is the one kind of generic, non-rare counterspell that we could face. Big old Brine Giant. So we're going to take this action and keep the pressure on. They're at 10. Oh, nice. 5. Yeah, we're at 7, too. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Pump to counter the Liar. That's all right. Still in a good spot. Well, what's your last card? Launch a giant, not bad. We're going to do some giant launching of our own. Yeah, there are often multiple things I could have done. So it goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the flying is not 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So we got 3, and we can't. Really want to witness here. But if they... I guess we witness, and then we can always chump if we absolutely have to. I can save up a counter, but I really think we should be trying to apply some pressure here. And I'm going to send the Wave Rider. I only hit with one mic. I'm being a little more conservative than you, I think, but I'm not sure I'm right, but that was my thinking. That we just... I know, but I wanted the counter on it. And I wasn't going to attack with everything. I just wanted to attack with one flyer. Maybe I didn't do that quite right, but I got the one attack I wanted in anyway. I didn't liar because the only thing we could liar effectively was Utopia, and I wanted that attack anyway, so... All right, we're at 9, facing must blocks. We're going to go with... just chump. And we can do this here. If we're going to do that, we could just take 7 and do this. We do this, and then we have... Let's see, I have 1 to do... If we trade... Kill Calliope. Chump. Yeah, like this. Yeah, any pump, but sometimes you don't play around stuff. Doesn't look like they had anything. I was a little bit roped there. I think I played that turn a little better without the pressure of the auto tap, or the pressure of the rope, but I think we're going to get there. Taking the action in case we need to tap a flash blocker or something. Whew. A little sketchy there, got a little flustered and wasn't quite at my peak processing powers there, but did manage to get to a win at the end of it. And wow, 5 wins. 5-1 with this deck is surprising to me. I'll take it. Yeah, liar is something else, huh? All right, we will finish this up. I could use one more bio break though, so give me just a moment and we'll come back down and march to 7, okay? Okay, yeah, Mama had it figured out, I guess. Always listen to Mama. Be right back. Thanks for waiting, everybody. I am back. Let us see if we can't find another win or two with this green-blue Utopia deck. I don't think I've ever been pure green-blue before in this format. If I look at my Theros... I've been green, blue, splash, black, but this is indeed our first straight. Yeah, I've been green, blue with a couple of splashes here before, but never just straight green, blue. All right, keeping this. You're late, Viper. Gonna go with the turtle over the Viper because of the Calliope power increase. I'm gonna run her out right now. Timorette. Maybe they'll whiff. Whiff, whiff, whiff. Huh? Well, they had to give up an escape creature to not whiff. And it doesn't block Calliope or anything, so we're still good. Question is, do we want to return that thing to nature or just let it happen? Might just want to let this happen. They might whiff again. Or they didn't whiff. They have another shot at whiffing. I'm going to let it happen. We're just going to go Viper Liar. Well, they did get a 2-for-1 out of their Timorette. Oh, ouchie. Well-timed aspect from Oppo. And now we're in a spot where maybe we have to trade off for the Rage Hound just to drop this lifelink off of it. Annoying, but I think I'm going to do that. Trouble is it becomes a 4, and the 4 is still blocked by the turtle. So I'm going to block like this. Maybe the lifelink doesn't matter if we win the game. It doesn't matter what they're at. What's wrong with attacking with a 3/3? Oh, are you talking to me or somebody else? Oh, you're in a conversation. Never mind, you're not talking to me. Yeah, we can liar next turn, that's true. I'm gonna make this trade though. We're in a tough spot. I especially am sad that we lost this, because that would have gotten us back into it after something like that Lamprey, but we are way up against it here. Oppo has gotten basically a 2-for-1 out of this, and then a 2-for-1 out of that, and we are on the play, so we're just getting buried in card advantage here. Oh, and now that, like, getting their best creature back and scry. We're going to have quite the string of draws from here, folks, if we're going to come up with a win against this situation. We've just fallen way too far behind. And the fact that they got that scares the heck out of me, because it probably means they have portents in hand as well. I expect to have our Calliope portented and sacrificed pretty soon. So maybe we'll tap this down, because then they can't sack. Like, we could have done it there. I should have blocked one of those. I got distracted by my thinking about this aspirant, but I actually think I want to tap the aspirant anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna be good. Like, there's no reason not to overpay. We could send, but then we don't have good blocks. I'm going to hold back now. Okay. Well, this could make up for a lot if it sticks. I said we need a long string of great draws. Maybe we just need one good thing. I'm going to play out the land. We've got scrying capabilities to consider. Uh-oh. I really do think they're doing the portent thing, which means I guess I can do the cha-cha with these during upkeep, and then they can't ever portent, and they keep one frozen. They're both tapped during their main phase in this way. I'm going to do that. That's the current plan. Doesn't work. Oh yeah, because this is gonna stay. This is gonna untap. Never mind. I saw the chain on it and thought that was gonna work, but you're right. It doesn't work. So now my prediction is that we're gonna get our witness stolen and attacked with. It'll attack us, and then it'll be sacrificed. So be ready for that. Yeah, well, if they play a land, they are going to get there. And with Omen, seems likely. Two top, oh boy. Here it is, ready? Land, steal, witness. No, they're just gonna bleep it. Interesting, okay. 1, 2, it's just barely enough. That's sad. Wish we could reach out and kill one of these. Isn't it just 6? Why would it be 7? Oh, because aspirant is cost 2. I was thinking aspirant was 1. Yes, that was where my math was off. Yeah, I didn't forget about Calliope. I forgot that blood aspirant was 2, not 1. I was going to trade. Actually, I changed my mind. Never mind. This may be our win. Our win condition remains like a flyer. Although, if they came down to it, they would just double sack. I mean, they can sack, they can aspirant, sack physician, and take out the goal right now. So, yeah, maybe trading with the goal would have been the best case. I bet they do that. I mean, they should just sack the physician and take out the goal here. I don't want to drop creatures, any more creatures. I don't think wings is for us. Suspicious. I know, but it doesn't matter. I'm not tapping the aspirants anymore because there's two of them. Yeah, this is awfully suspicious, right? We could just do this. Or even offer Calliope. Yeah, they might be thinking in terms of sack and ping. It's somewhat on board, but if they do that, then at least the goal survives. Yeah, it's probably just the on board. Well, then I'm going to make him choose. I'm going to block both. Maybe now we bring up the flyer and we'll try and goal on flyer. Twice favored is probably just once dead if we run it out. Maybe I'll hold Eutropia and see if we can find an aura to play on the same turn. Yeah, I don't think Eutropia is going to help us here. We're going to say no attacks and use Liar on defense. Man, can't catch a break. Good deck from Oppo. All the right tools to shut us down before we even got started. Practically an early scoop situation, but I don't even think it's that early. Like, we are in major, major trouble. You mean overperforming? Like, it's doing better than its cards would suggest? I Liar and Aspirant because it's one of the better options they have. Well, unfortunately, found the aura, but it's the wrong color. Again, we've been very imbalanced in our colors today. That's not helped us in our 2 losses for sure. But not going to blame this on a missing second forest. Oppo just has the goods this time. All right, well, we've come up against it. We're on the edge of profit. I'm already pretty thrilled with the results today, but obviously would love to get to 6 or 7 here, so let's give that a shot. Out of fouls to give, though. We are on elimination row. Wow, look at this. Let me put this in order. This, folks, is what we call a curve. Just need some land to support it. There's the land to support it. Ha-ha! I have a turtle! It's the fastest turtle ever. It can, yes. They had an answer, but that's not a bad result for us. They're a white deck. Eutropia might get an pacified, but it won't die, so I'm gonna run this out. Although we could, let's put goal. Nah, never mind. We're gonna flash in goal and try and trade with this thing. Ugh. Well, we're still gonna try and trade. We're just gonna double block. Worth it. Although, trouble is I also get our spider, but I still think it's worth it. I think we should. We lose our spider, but I think this puts us in a nice spot with the rest of our hand. Yeah, but the spider's born to die to get back from the graveyard, and unfortunately we're not going to get it back from the graveyard because the Leonin is going to take it out. That being said, it's still correct. This, our hand and their board looks... I like our hand against their presumed situation here. I'm gonna go with Eutropia, because then we can put Witness out and make it big. It's slightly less mana efficient than our 4-drop, and we're trying to show off our awesome curve out, but sometimes you disrupt your curve out for proper sequencing. Well, this isn't even an enchantment creature, so Revoke doesn't do it. I'm going to go with Witness, and we can make a 4/5 Witness, which seems more important than getting in with Eutropia for a turn, so we're going to buff our flyer. Boy, I don't want to lose the Witness, but we're going to call. Gotta call. Right? Gotta call. That's why we made it big. Uh-oh, they're pausing too. Nice play, Oppo. Bad draw us. Mike had the double block to at least protect against that blowout. I did not. I've been failing on both attacking with more than I should and blocking with more than I should. I think if my streaming is providing me with a window into where my most problematic leaks are, I feel like the place where I'm leaking the most is on failing to double block and attack with extras. So they're offering it again. Trouble is, it's a good attack, right? I mean, I'm gonna take it for a turn, I think, and see what we can find. But we have like one more draw before then we can't not call this. Wow, what an incredible curve that has completely fallen on its face for us. Well, this is a plan, I suppose. Where do we want this? Man, we've marched. We haven't even drawn this. This has been on our deck the whole event, and we haven't even seen it until now. Yeah, I guess we go Wave Rider. Move in on that, and is that going to be enough? I think we're still on defense, though, unfortunately. I don't see attacks here, although 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then they play an enchantment and they can, like, kill us. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think they have something, and we're going to be on D, and we're going to lose to their trick here. That's the trouble. The 5/5 is fine, but maybe we have to put it in the way of something small and take the bearers this turn. I'm very hesitant to block the bearers. I think if we block the bearers, we basically lose. And I almost want to just give up Utopia here. The Hydra's going to grow this Wave Rider and it's going to work, or it isn't. All right, well, we sniffed it out at least and have a chance here. Finally, this shows up at a time where it is not going to help us. What do we take out for this? I'm just curious. What do we swap? It was like the Plummet. Well, Plummet would have a man here, but still not the worst, although this is just going to get us if we don't find something. It's an instant. No, sorcery. Yeah, we have to self-target and hope we get a spider. But that would do it. So let's do that. Who gets the cookie? Alive for another turn indeed. But we can't attack. Let's see. Are we starting to work on them? Not really. If we mill them... There's no need to do it yet. Bottom, 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 bottom. We're back to needing to top deck a creature. They topped... Oh, that's real bad for us, folks. Real bad. Okay. Keeps us from dying. This isn't an instant, and we're not milling yet. Stop telling me to mill. We could mill their card. Yeah, but we don't even have the cards. We don't have the graveyard to mill. It's 4 others just to do that. We don't even have that. Yeah, gotta put this here. I don't know how you'll think we're milling. Like, we don't have 4 cards, other cards in the yard anyway. Like, unless I'm missing something? I often miss something. What am I missing? That's pretty funny, huh? Had to come up with a flyer. Wow. Still another blocker. And we force them to block. Let's see. We have this now, right? We forced the block on the Pegasus. Crossing our fingers. Enchantment off the top with no flyer from them is GG. Ugh, what are they gonna get with that? Oh, nothing? Hooray! Enchantment creature? Show us an enchantment creature or deck. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Yes! Whee! All right, we live to fight another day. Man. Honestly, I saw the self-mill in chat before I figured it out myself. I don't know if I would have figured it out myself, so maybe that's one for chat. Okay. For all the marbles. And, of course, now Mama's rooting against me, so her par can be perfect. But with that win, we also can somewhat say that... Oh no, it's the double meme. You got double memed. Sorry. Mono green? Okay. GG, Angharan, were you my Oppo? Or are you just late to the GG party? I didn't notice my Oppo's name, so... let's see. Destiny Spinner is hot sauce. I'm down with training. I mean, we could wait for wardens, but I want to curve out to the extent that we can. So somewhat of a cycle play there. Quite the mirror match here, except we don't have any Destiny Spinners. This is nice, though. We have an instant speed 3-drop and a counter spell, so we can counter or goal, depending on what makes sense. If they send in the spinner again, I'm going to drop goal and double block. Oh, right. Thank you for that reminder. That would have been embarrassing. Glad. I successfully remembered her static when I had her in my last draft, but totally forgot just now. Good thing Oppo didn't lead on a creature, or I would have had egg all over my face. Viper allows for the deny, and now the deny actually works. I think we offer our spider first. And now we are deciding whether we go Viper, keep up Divine, or just drop the Wardens in Viper, or just the Wave Rider. Mabinap wants to hold the counter. They're down to 3 cards. This could be a reasonable turn to have the counter ready. But no, I don't want to pursue until like we're out of board development. Right now we're fighting the board battle, and we either fight the board battle by adding to it with the Wave Rider or preventing them adding to it by holding the Divine. I'm going to go with the Wave Rider. I'm going to go shields down on counter magic. Yeah, I did too. Loading Ready to Run says, I discovered that Arena actually asks you if you're sure you want to cast that counter spell into the thing that into something that can't be countered. And I have done the same thing. Yes. Not proudly, but I have. All right, so they had the grasp. They want to race? That's fine. I'm just going to go Warden's Viper then. We're going to wait on the Hydra's growth. We want to... They're playing black. They're playing green. Let's get them to really dump their hand before we go with this. I will deign to run a Hydra's growth. But when I do, I'm going to be playing it very carefully. Ooh, interesting. They're offering the Viper. We really want that Viper to die so that when we do deploy the Hydra's growth, it doesn't have to be on a flyer to do any work. And to that end, I kind of just like offering the Wardens here. They're blue-black. They're green-black. It's not like we're blocking in the air much. I'm going to let this go, or at least try to trade. If they want to trade for a trick, that's fine too. Could run this out. I will. I'm not going to pursuit though. Now I think we keep the divine, and we have the advantage on the current board. I mean, yeah, we could do it, but I'm gonna. Yeah, we could pursuit now. I'm gonna keep up deny. We're ahead on board. Let's keep up deny. But deny doesn't really protect Hydra's growth. What does deny counter that's gonna protect Hydra's growth? Yeah, we did land drop. And why didn't I counter it? Dang it. I'm so terrible with counter spells. I mean, this is not a bad thing not to counter, but I meant to. That was just me talking and not doing it right. Honestly, that's another one of my leaks. Like, it's I want to blame the complexities of chatting and streaming and whatever, but really it's also about the fact that I just forget to play counters in limited. I don't know. It's a leak of mine. Silo just wants to do it to it. Since we can keep the counter up, okay. But again, even though we keep the counter up, it's not like we can counter most things that kill the Arachnir. If they come up with another Myers Grasp, we can do it, or Mogus' Favor, we can do it. But a lot of the removal that green and black are going to have for this, we can't stop. Oh, now they found the 5th mana, so here comes the final destiny or whatever, final end, final death, thank you. One of the most valuable tools in R&D is the computer that has adjective, noun, card name generation. Somebody spin the adjective, noun, card name generator. We got a removal spell. Well, of the things we couldn't counter that stop the enchantment, that's a pretty good one since we at least get the 1 counter. Now let's pursue some action. All right, got the 2. You know, it's just rough when you whiff on getting 2 cards out of that. Well, Swords to Plowshares was an alpha. They didn't have that tool yet, Fluffy. Oof. I want my deny ready for that. Well, we took our shot. We still have our card draw card somewhere in the deck. So I'm going to keep playing out land. Maybe try and trade off this spider now. Oh yeah, we're definitely looking to get this spider dead now. We were fine with it when it was winning the war, but now it's not winning the war, so it's got to upgrade. This is gonna be a tough battle. They've kind of been tough battles all day. Hey, look, I'm gonna remember. Here I am, remembering that I have a counter spell. I'm gonna counter this. Double favor doesn't do too much for them right now. A lot of mirrored cards in this matchup. At least their removal spell is headed to the bottom of their library. That's nice. Oh, and another one, or not the library, the graveyard. I don't like our spot. Not looking too bad, but not looking great. I think they've just got a lot of value. And I'm not sure the sequence that gets us there against all this removal. Well, that helps, right? Get 2 nice things of our own at the end of their turn if we don't have anything we must counter. That's nice too. We see that they're out of real action. Battling spiders. They got a pretty stocked yard. 11 cards in the yard, but that includes their 3 escape cards. So we could counter it, but I'd rather look for our good stuff. It goes back to graveyard, but it does not mean. But like it matters that they chew up cards to do so. Killing escape cards is not worthless. They have a cost in the graveyard that is worth chewing up. It doesn't necessarily mean it's correct, but it doesn't mean it's incorrect just because it has escape. Just looking at the board, we definitely want our flyers, I guess. I'm not disagreeing that this is correct, but I'm saying you have to evaluate the situation. See, like if we'd done it, we could now return it to nature and it'd be gone. That being said, we're not going to do that now. We're going to go with Witness. Witness and Protection. It doesn't protect it, but... Yeah, we can keep... we can totally kill the Lamia if we decide, but we'll wait. Well, Flyer can't peck him down in the face of a spider. We got some work to do before this witness gets through. Just trying to decide if we want a Lamia. Lamia might not matter. What might matter is being able to exile the armchair out of the graveyard once, if we can get rid of it, and then be able to attack. I was thinking about Upkeep Scry. Trouble is we have 2 cards we're perfectly happy to play right now, so I don't love spending 4 on Upkeep just to Scry. I like just untapping here, playing Chimera. Oh, this is interesting. Again, if they want to double Mogus's favor to kill, then I'm okay with this. They just chew up their graveyard to do it. They only have 6 cards in the yard. Return with Fish does let us get in, and we could play it. Hold on. No attacks here. What are we casting during our turn to get the effect? Are you thinking of it like I did? I thought of the Lionfish as Constellation for the longest time at the beginning of the format, but it's not. It's first spell on their turn. So unless we're getting an instant speed enchantment, that tap every turn thing does not work. Well, yeah, I could have fished first, but and then we could have gotten, but it wouldn't have done anything. Like there's no aura fall, right? So yeah, Liar would be fantastic. Question is whether or not we use Return to Nature to kill the Lamia and give us this 1 turn attack for 6, but like, then what? Then what are we really doing, you know? Yeah, Warden has reach now too, so it's really not a good spot. We're just gonna hang on to this, I think. Yeah, they're only at 12 cards in library. We probably just win off of our backup plan. And they're looking to kill off the spider to buy it back. And then they kill the witness in doing that. And we can't return and get rid of the spider before they have a chance to... Do we have a chance? Oh, yeah, because we just do it at the end of combat, right? Yeah, there is a window. Okay, so let's make sure we have combat damage set as a stop, though. What? Why won't it let me? Okay, I'm going to go full control then. Spider on spider. All right. And we get to tap that. Nice. Nice. Not the biggest deal, though. Really, we just want to survive now until we deck them with our mill card somewhere in our deck. It's not in here, is it, right? Yeah. I can look. I have my deck tool here. Yep, Sweet Oblivion awaits. Be a feather in Mensch's cap if we can 7-win off of a Sweet Oblivion that he pushed us to add to the deck. Although I was pretty convinced after game 1, realizing how far we were grinding. They've got 12, we've got 13. I hope they do. I hope they just chew up bunches of resources to continue this stall. And then we're going to bring back our spider. Oh, do we want... Yeah, bringing anything back doesn't matter here, so we're just going to submit 0. Now, do we want to bring back the spider knowing it costs us some mill fodder? We do anyway? You want to do it? I forget what I said, whether we hold or... Yeah, we can do this and get counters. Okay, we'll wait. Again, fine with Oppo chewing up graveyard resources. If they want to stop the Shimmerwing, that's fine. None of this is really that salient to us with Plan A right now. I consider, to the point of almost not attacking here, I consider Plan A our mill card. Spider fights the Reacher. Yeah, I could almost not attack, but in a sense I want them to think we are going for damage, because then maybe they'll spend resources on it. Casting the spider chews up cards in our graveyard, which are our fuel for the current Plan A, which is using Sweet Oblivion to mill them out. Yeah, so the attack, I think, is making them do this. If we didn't attack, maybe they don't bother doing this. And this is fine. Although maybe they do. Eutropia is so oppressive that their response to this situation is probably Eutropia-driven, not attacking with Chimera-driven. All right, there is Plan A. We have 4. I'm going to start it now, not hide it. I mean, we can hold it, that's the thing. Should we... I just want... Well, if it gets discarded, that works too. The trouble with casting it now, Archangel, is if we get it going now, we're filling their yard with 8 cards, and we certainly give them Mogus's Favor, fuel, and it could fuel their comeback. But we just win next turn, so that's the risk. Anyway, that's the risk. If we give them 8 cards worth of fuel, that could be rough. And so we can save it. Yeah, I'm going to be patient and save it for lethal. Nah. Why give them fuel? I mean, we basically... Even if they discard it from our hand, we'll be fine. There. Awesome. See, now if we had done this, they would not have done this, and now we get to win next turn. I suppose if they... Now, even if they Timuret... Alright, should be good. Should be good. I'm not saying because they cast the Hierophant, it proves that the play was correct. I'm saying, hey, look, another added bonus for not doing for not playing the Oblivion. It is not making the thing correct, but it is adding to the pile of reasons that it was correct. Sweet Oblivion indeed. Look at that, folks. Indeed, we got there. Even Mama was wrong at 6 wins. Whew, kind of an exhausting mental day. Made plenty of plays out there to make sure you all realize how much you can punt and still have a solidly winning record in Magic. That's becoming the theme of my stream. Look how much you can punt and still win over 60% of your matches. I didn't even think I allowed you to, Mama. I think 6 was the maximum anyway. Let's redo the profit, sure. My Theros win percentage, good question, Jikerman. I think it's pretty good, but I haven't updated my spreadsheet. Let me try to get that done today, and we'll take a look at my numbers tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, Mike. Good call, Mike. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Of course, 7 wins is always fun, but that was a tricky 7 wins, and that's what I mean by fun. It was tricky to get to the 7. We got there. Chat really pitched in. There was a couple places where I think I wouldn't have gotten to 7 without chat, so thank you so much, everybody, for that help. We did it, fam, and we're going to move on. Oh, by the way, that's the number one thing. You know, we're talking about how to tilt me, say dude and bruh, how to tilt mama, say relax, how to tilt my kids. I call them fam. If I say fam, my kids, they cringe, and it's like an electric shock. It's kind of funny. Anyway, see you, fam.